Hi guys, welcome back to the Two Brits, One Yank podcast. I know you might be thinking, who the hell is this? I am back. It's been a long time. I think this is the 28th episode, but to be honest, I haven't been on it for so long that I've lost complete track of it. I'm obviously joined by my fellow Brit, Samuel George Bone.
Oh no, I butchered it. Hola,
Oh
people.
my god.
Oh, bro's joking.
No,
Bro
that
is
was
joking.
that
Bro's
was me one
emotional.
time to nail it.
Bro's
No, thanks,
emotional.
Conor.
Yeah, he's getting so back on the pod. He's
Yeah.
emotional. It tugs at the heartstrings.
And
I didn't think I'd see the day.
and that is my Yank, Conor Hamilton Kelly.
Hola, people, as the TikToker would say.
Come on.
It doesn't sound right with the American accent, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hola, people.
Yeah, hola, people.
All right. Well, I wasn't putting on my best accent, was I?
Let's hear it then.
I'll do it
Let's hear
now
for the
then.
pod.
Hola, señores.
Oh Jesus, no, the pod's cancelled.
Get this guy gone.
Hey, I've been
The
doing
pod's cancelled.
my tape. So, hey, a goal for this pod would be us, Nacho. Well, yeah, us and Nacho. Just.
I was gonna say, who else can we get on, bro?
You've got no other Spanish friends, what you're saying.
Yeah,
Could have said Sergio Ramos.
I would love to do a pod one day in the future in Spanish. So, hey, I've been doing my tapes every day. I reckon we're about 15 years away from being fluent.
It's definitely in the pipeline, 100%.
And this brother here hasn't even started, so I would say no hablo español.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we go, bro. I mean, you're just there for vibes. You can TikTok it.
Facts.
How we been, boys? How we been? What's everyone saying?
I've been good. Obviously, Bath haven't had the best season so far, but I'm sure we'll pick it up. Had an all right individual season. Scored a few goals. I think 4 goals, 3 assists so far. So numbers are all right, but looking to pick it up as it enters the Christmas period. Obviously, I went over to see you, Boney, winning the league.
It was the coldest, bro. It was great to have you there as well, man. My
lovely.
second visitor after Beth. But Beth doesn't watch these pods, so I'm not giving her a shout out. But my boy was there. We had some night, didn't we? Some night, bro.
I flew to Newcastle to watch Arsenal Newcastle. Newcastle battered us. We were rubbish. Actually, no, the game was rubbish overall. But St. James's Park, what a stadium. Like, definitely ticked on my bucket list. Ever since Santiago Nunez. Oh, absolutely unbelievable. Flew straight to Dublin. Saw my boy. My boy was battered. But rightly so.
Too right.
Rightly so. You only win the league once, you know what I mean? Oh, wow. You're never going to experience that exact feeling ever again.
Exactly. So. Well, it's your first ever league title. You'll never, ever, like, you won't forget it.
Bro, you've won the league and, like, the FA Cup equivalent. What's it called?
The FAI Cup.
FAI Cup. Wow.
Boys, that's like I said to you, I hope one day you get to experience what I experienced a few weeks back, because that is like I don't know what to say to sort of justify the moment, but it was just incredible. From what I can remember, because obviously, like you said, we were celebrating hard. Rightly so. Exactly, bro. And then we went to Lisbon, and that was incredible. Like, just being able to spend time with the boys, just us, was so good, man. We were there for like 3 days, just like pure celebrating, drinking, and just having a good time, creating memories. And now I'm in Cyprus on a detox because it's well needed.
Facts. And what about you, Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, well, nothing else.
Do you actually have a pod where we call each other our middle names only?
Possibly in the future, yeah.
By the way, I don't know if people know this. My middle name is Paul, so that like Paul, Hamilton, and George. There's
brother, don't expose yourself like that.
I do what I want, bro. Paul Smith. Hey, Paul Smith. Shout out Paul Smith. Shout out Smudge.
Conor, what you saying, man? How you been, bro?
Yeah, man, it's been good. I've been over here for about, I want to say, like 6-7 weeks, and yeah, enjoying being back playing football. Been at Braintree, so yeah, I've been doing stuff with them, training with them. Had my first match in 13 months in the Essex Senior Cup. Didn't exactly go as planned. We got bounced out, but yeah, it was great to be back out, and I'm feeling really good. So enjoying back playing football. You know, can't ask for much more.
What was that match day feeling like? Preparing for the game the night before? I say you were buzzing, no?
Yeah, to be fair, I've been involved in a few match day squads, but hadn't gotten on in the league, so it wa- I was like prepared for what a match day felt like because there are a few
Hmm.
times like, oh, this will be the day, and it wasn't. So yeah,
Hmm.
I was honestly like pretty relaxed going into it. Just it's the first game that I was on the bench for was against Altrincham, and yeah, making like the pre-match the night before, and that was so weird. Just on a Friday, being like, I need to eat my go-to meal,
Yeah.
a little pasta with pesto and chicken and tomato. I was like, that is so weird. I haven't had that meal in like a year. So
Hmm.
yeah, it was really nice and yeah, looking forward to just getting a run of games under my belt and getting, consistent minutes wherever that may be.
There you
Uh,
go, man.
yeah, man.
Last question. Did you expect when you had this injury that you'd be gracing the pitch your first game back, not for Maidstone, but with Philip in goal? Did you think
That
that?
that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that in the slightest. And my
Do you
boy
give some
got
context? Do you give some context to people who don't know who Philip
Yeah,
is?
because they might not know who Philip is, but this
oh,
brother's one of the legends, one of the goats
he
of
is
Maidstone.
Maidstone.
he is one of the funniest people ever. I don't even know if it's intentional. But yeah, so Philip he was recovering from a shoulder injury, came back into Braintree and kind of signed a non-contract with them.
But people might not even know who Philip is. Like Philip was at
Oh
Maidstone,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
training with us as a keeper, like a random young kid would just travel like hours and hours every day. Like if there's someone doing shooting drill, he would be like we're saying, Philip, go get in goal. Like if Lucas didn't want to be in goal, anything.
Mm.
And then what? You were just at Braintree and you just bump into him on the train.
Yeah, so I have to say this is like the most eager and dedicated young kid. He's just dying to just kind of get a foothold in the game over here. He's on his own, a Danish kid living in London, and yeah, man, I'm at Stratford. Coffee in hand. It's like 6:50 in the morning. You don't want to chat to anyone, and then you just see this big Danish guy coming towards you, and I'm like, oh my God, is that Philip? And it was great to catch up with him, but I'll tell you what, like I was on the verge of falling asleep, but you best believe he did not even come close to letting me because he was chatting my ear off. But no,
And you can chat. And you can chat. So if you're
oh,
saying that, that brother
I,
can talk.
I can chat with the best of them, and I promise you, I'm a mute compared to this kid. But no, it was so good to see him, and yeah, he got man of the match, which he was buzzing about, and yeah, man, it was good to be back with him. He's such a
But
good kid.
my boy was too humble with it. Anyone see what he put on Instagram?
Yeah.
He said sorry to the fans, and then he saw that he was voted man of the match. He said, "I appreciate it though."
Oh my, yeah. I saw that, and honestly, after the match, I didn't even have the energy to reach out to him. I was just like, yeah, I'll let this.
Oh man,
But
what a
I
guy! You meet some good guys in football, and Philip's one of them
Some
for
definitely,
characters,
sure.
man. He's definitely a good guy. One of the good guys.
100%.
yeah. Boney, I mean, I have to. What was that feeling like winning the league? You've always talked about it because you've had quite a long career. You played
Hmm.
6 years in Ireland, won the FAI Cup, but you'd never won a league. And I remember you
Hmm.
even saying during the FA Cup run, like how good of a feeling it was to be in the fifth round, but you have always been chasing the feeling of winning a league title. What did it feel like to finally get it across the line?
Oh, boys. Well, let me tell you. So I haven't been involved like the last 4 or 5 weeks due to an injury. So that on that front has been pretty rubbish. I've just tried to day to day just try and bring energy, bring the vibes to the boys, make people laugh. That's all I could do. But we had to win because Shamrock Rovers were winning as well. And as it stood, sorry, they were about to win the league if we drew to Derry. So you can imagine the nerves. Shamrock Rovers went 1-0 up in like the 6th minute.
So
And we
early.
were there. Yeah, exactly. So early. Killed everything. Um, but anyway, we didn't score until the 85th minute. And let me tell you, the nerves is something I've never experienced before. It was horrible. I remember I was sat beside the dock and we were both so nervous, but his way of dealing with his nerves was chatting. And I told you so, my way of dealing with the nerves was just being silent and locked into the game. And he was driving me insane because he just kept speaking to me. I just didn't want to speak to anyone. But then,
I've
w-
seen you locked in with nerves. Remember when away at Ipswich? and you're
Yeah,
just there
started
in
arguing.
any way just trying to watch. And there's
Hmm.
there's you and Ian arguing because you're in Ian's way. Ian's trying to see the
Done.
game, and then you'll just go back and forth, just like, shut up, I'm trying to watch. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to watch, and you're in my way, and you're just going back
I
and
know,
forth.
yeah.
Because
I know,
everyone
I
was just
know.
so nervous. Everyone's like, emotions
Oh, it
just
was
so high.
horrible, but we hugged each other after. We made up fairly quickly after, but it was like we had quite a few chances before that goal, and in the back of my head, I was thinking, please don't just be one of those days, man, where we just cannot score. But then, thankfully, Sean Boyd had a free kick. I think he took like a ricochet. The keeper saved it, but he parried it into Harry Wood, and he scored. And as you can imagine, man, the scenes were just, oh, bro, put me back into that moment again. It was incredible. And then obviously you're waiting for the final whistle and the whistle goes and everyone's just running on. And I started running, then I realized that I've got a calf injury, so I had to hobble along the pitch. People have seen it on social media. The fans that are watching this now have definitely seen it. But yeah, I started hobbling along the pitch, and then the kit man said, "Go and get your kit on." I was so excited, so I rushed back into the change room, picked up anything I could, got the goalkeeper shorts on, got the match day top on, done a full John Terry in my kit, and it was just, bro, it was just insane, like just to have that moment with the boys because it's been so, we went through like a bad run of form there about 6 weeks ago, and a lot of people were doubting us and to come out in the end on top when the pressure was really on us to win the last three games was incredible. And like I said, I haven't been involved, but for the boys to do that, I'm so happy for them. Like to see them with their families the next day. Can you remember so when we went to that
Yeah,
bar and everyone was with their families?
I
It was
must say,
just
like,
incredible.
I must say, like, obviously, I tried to speak to quite a few of them, and there's quite a few boys that had won the league before with a lot of
Yeah.
different teams, and everyone who had won it before said that this was their favorite, and they think that this is their most special league title
Yeah.
because nobody in the league thought they could win the league. Even
Nobody.
some people on Twitter, when they were saying, like, even when Shells did end up winning it, they said how the hell have Shells won the league? Like, they just
Hmm.
couldn't believe it. They were saying
Yeah.
because there's so many people doubting Shells, it
Hmm.
made it so much sweeter that they ended up getting
Ah,
together and ended up
100%.
doing the whole thing.
100%, bro. No one expected Chelsea to win it. I mean, they only got promoted 3 years ago, and then Damien Duff's come in, the Gaffer's come in. I think their first season they finished seventh, and then they finished fourth, and then they've won the league. So the job that he's done, but I see it firsthand. I mean, I know I'm saying this on a pod now. It probably looks as if I'm saying it because I'm on pod, but just incredible person, incredible manager, and his team that he has. It's really sort of it's made me realize if you want to succeed, then you need good people around you. And I can't speak any more highly of the guys and the players as well. They've been incredible, like day to day, seeing what they're like and how they apply themselves. Um, it's just incredible, man. I'm so happy for everyone involved in the club.
I was trying to get a little video of me and Damien Duff, but to be
Mm.
fair to him, he'd been on a bender for a few days, and he said,
Yeah,
like,
too
no
right.
videos. He said photos only, no videos, because I don't know what
Yeah.
it's gonna look like in a video. And I was gonna bait it at the front of my TikTok. Oh, Damien Duff, there you go, boom.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
he's a ledge guy, man. So funny.
Great guy. Great guy.
It's crazy as well, like, because obviously you mentioned that the form wasn't the best the last few weeks. It kind of seemed like at one point no one wanted to win that league.
Hmm.
And now, like, to steady the ship the way you boys did and come big when it mattered most, it was just fantastic to see. I mean, first league title in 19 years. Like, that must be so special to their fans. And, bro, that is some fan base as well. Like, the scenes,
Yeah.
I know the scenes when you guys won the league was incredible, but just every match, like, you were, I mean, I remember when you first signed, just sending videos when you're at your first match of
Yeah.
the fan base. It looks unbelievable.
It's a shame because they've actually stopped that. There used to be a song when the boys would come out or when we'd score a goal, they'd have this music playing. But I think I said it to you, Sol, because the stadium's right beside a load of houses.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were noise complaints, so they had to stop doing the song, which created a really, really good buzz. But like you said, in fairness to them, they've still been so loud and they've been so supportive. Like we chatted to so many fans after, and they just had so many good things to say about us. So
But even on the
that
Sunday,
definitely.
they only took me into Dublin to go just see a
Mm,
few things, and I hadn't really been into the city sober before.
hmm.
Not that I didn't drink on the Saturday night. I was being a good boy. I had a game on a
Hmm.
Tuesday, so but we actually went there with Maidstone for our Christmas do a few years ago. But we were going around the city on Sunday, and there was loads and loads of fans stopping you for photos. And
I
I
didn't
actually remember
expect that.
it was crazy, wasn't it? Absolutely crazy. And
Yeah,
you were pretty, you had like glasses on, you had your hood up at times, and people were
yeah,
still stopping you. Like, is that Sambo? Like, I've got to
yeah,
get a photo. Remember that one guy who was so emotional getting his hat out?
yeah.
I honestly thought he
Yeah.
was going to cry seeing you. He's like, oh, it's
He was
brought me so
shaking
much
and everything,
happiness.
bless
Yeah,
him.
it was
But
crazy.
that's what I mean, boys. Like that. All right, yeah, the feeling that we had winning it was amazing. But you forget sometimes that these are fans that have been with the club for so long. Like I said, they only got relegated there 4 years ago, and I remember when I first come to Ireland, they were in the bottom division, and they weren't getting out of that anytime soon. So to give them that moment and to give them that happiness, it was so nice to sort of witness that going through the city and people stopping me. And the first guy, you remember, he walked past me and then he pulled my shoulder and was like, "Oh, is that you, Sam Bone?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." And then we took the picture. So that was so cool.
And
Like I've never
there's
been
another one.
stopped in.
There's another
Go
one
on.
on the Sunday that was saying like he was like, oh, I've been watching. I for my first season ticket in 1997, and it was like that's before you were even born. Like,
Before I was born, bro.
and
Yeah,
he's not really an old guy. He had his first season ticket when he was 8 or something, and it was like
yeah,
that is absolutely mental. And then
yeah, yeah, yeah,
his little kid had the Shells badge on, didn't he, and his coat. Oh,
yeah.
it was so cool, man.
It's ledge, man. But like I said, we've done the celebrating now, and I'm here in Cyprus with my family, literally on a detox, like just drinking water, listening to my books. And well, I say listening, I've got the Audible, so I listen to my books. I'm in the sauna, just like having some me time now to really just settle down and sort of embrace what's just happened, and then get ready for next season, bro. We've got Champions League qualifiers to look forward to. We've got the league title to defend. So it's super exciting times for the club, 100%.
Boney, how mental is that to go from the second division of Ireland to Champions League qualifiers in 3 years?
Bro, it's honestly, I swear to God, it's just it's the gaffer and what he's brought to the club. Everyone's sort of bought into his ideas, and he's built a team that literally we're like brothers. Like you should have seen it in Lisbon. We're having heart to hearts, and there was a few stories that were perhaps too true, man, when people were talking to me and saying what I need to do better. But what he's built, and like I said, the boys, the full credit to the boys who have built into it as well. Like I remember, I always used to dread playing against Shells because they were just so good defensively. Like they was just always at it, and then coming into this environment and witnessing it firsthand, it doesn't shock me as to why they've had the rise they've had in the last 3 years, bro.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
think actually we've probably got to mention the cup final as well this week because we're saying about I was trying to learn the kind of the Irish system. Obviously, me and Conor have been watching a little bit,
Yeah,
especially once you went over there, and even from the start of the season when we were at Maidstone. I remember we were saying, "Oh, shells are flying, shells are flying." We're talking to the
yeah.
teams, and obviously you played Derry on the final day of the season. They're in the final, and I can't pronounce the name. Drogheda.
Jordan.
hey,
Drogheda.
Jordan, come
I
on, bro.
always say
Even I
Drogheda.
know that one.
But
Facts.
I always think about Drogba. That's what I always think when I see it. But Drogheda are part time now,
Jordan part-time, yeah.
and
I
they've
think
just won. They won the
yeah.
cup final on the weekend, which is absolutely mental.
Yeah, and I watched the game as well, and they were brilliant, boys. They were absolutely brilliant, and fair play to them. I mean, I don't think anyone really expected them to win it. They were huge underdogs going into the game, and they were absolutely brilliant. I was watching that again, hungover because we flew back from Lisbon that morning.
But even
But
then, they've now got the playoff final to try and well, the
yes,
elimination relegation final this weekend.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
can't
So
even
they do
celebrate the cup final because they if they lose this weekend, they're getting relegated from the top division. That's
exactly.
mental.
But you know the maddest thing is they've now got European qualifiers,
Yeah,
and they come into it in the second round. So because they've won the cup, because of our seedings, the Irish seedings, they don't play the first round of the Conference League qualifiers. They go straight into the second. But can you imagine if they get beat next week
yeah. It's
to
like remember when Birmingham City beat
to
Arsenal.
Bray?
Birmingham
Yeah,
City beat Arsenal when Szczesny made the mistake and Obafemi Martin scored, and they
yeah,
played in the Europa League. I think it was the
yeah,
time,
yeah, yeah. I
and they
remember. I
played in it
remember.
when they were in the Championship.
It's
It's
crazy, isn't
absolutely
it?
mental,
It
Bro,
would honestly, it'd just be if that was to happen, that'd
crazy.
just be mad. But I did see something the other day. Kevin Doherty, his name is. He actually had them in for recovery. He allowed them to sort of enjoy the night, obviously have a few beers, whatnot, mingle and stuff, be with your family. But I think they were in the next day for recovery at like 1 p.m. because, like you said, it can put, do you know what I mean? It can put a massive downer on things if they actually get relegated. I don't know when it is on Sunday or something. So we'll see how that one pans out. By the time this comes out, we'll actually know the results. So it'll be interesting.
Genuine question for fans. Do you reckon, would you rather lose the cup final and stay up or win the cup final and go down? Like you have
I
to.
don't know.
I think you win the cup final and go down.
Ooh.
No,
Because
because think of it, right? Football is about winning trophies, winning at the end of the day, right? So say you go down, at least you have the memory of in 10 years' time, oh, remember when we won the FAI Cup at the Aviva, right? Teams come and go, especially in a 10 team league. So I think a relegation is pretty forgetful. Like Shells were in the second division for ages and have won the league now. I don't think a relegation in the League of Ireland is like the equivalent to some leagues where it's like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Just because it's a 10 team league.
it's easier to come back up than it is in a
Yeah.
24 division,
Yeah.
Exactly.
24 team league. Yeah, I get you. I just, yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to both, isn't there? Like, I'd say if you was to go out and do a survey on that, you'd just get mixed answers all the time. But like you said, come to win the FA Cup, I can't remember the last time they won it. So to do that is special, and you've seen it yourself from the videos I've shown you when I played, and there's like 40,000 there. It's in the Aviva, like it's like us playing in Wembley, bro, in front of our family. Like, can you imagine
Mental, yeah.
how beautiful that is?
Yeah.
So I can't give you a definite answer. I don't like. I'm sitting on the fence here. Like I don't know what to say to that. So what
Yeah.
would you do?
Me?
Yeah, I'm
I
interested to see
think
what you do.
He's gonna come up with some weird
He's gonna
answer
come
though.
up with some
He's
crazy
gonna, yeah,
answer, bro.
like I don't even know why you asked this guy.
I should have just skipped on to what we were going to
Yeah.
talk about.
I'll get a late transfer to the other team. No, I don't know.
That's what he's gonna come up with something mad like that.
Yeah.
Technically, right, if I sit on the bench the whole way, then I don't get cup tied, and then I honestly don't know what I'd do. I think maybe the cup to win the cup just for that one day, because when you look back at your career when you're 50 and you say, oh, you don't say, oh, I survived that league season. You say,
Yeah,
look
true.
what I've got in my house. I won the cup final. People are not going to say, didn't you get relegated that year? We're saying, well, we won the cup final.
Very true. But could you imagine the downer that it puts on things if they do get relegated?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
that'd
the same.
just be.
Well,
It's not the same. Like you're going
At
out
least
and you're
you didn't lose both.
celebrating the cup, but it's in the back of your. Oh Jesus, yeah. What about when Solihull did it last year?
Oh my God, 8 days they lost twice,
Oh man,
both on
I said it
penalties.
to you. The buzz of going to Wembley twice in the following weekends, and then to just lose both games, that must have been horrible.
And when we were watching it, and I said those two lads both missed penalties last week.
They
And when I
did.
saw him walking up, I said he missed last week. He's going to miss
They
again.
did.
And you
And
can
he
just
did.
tell the way they're walking up. You can just tell,
Yeah.
like it's one of those where you kind of say to yourself, like, you know what, I'm going to get over it. I can take it. And then when you're actually in the moment, you're saying, oh my God, if I miss two penalties at
Yeah, then it
Wembley,
dawns on you.
8 days, I actually don't think like you could ever forgive yourself. But then I guess no penalty ever is going to feel as much pressure
But
as
bro,
that.
I reckon you'd always live with that. That's the highs and football.
100%.
That's the highs and lows of football. Like I said it in the match day vlog last week when I was doing the intro. I said the last 4 or 5 weeks have just been horrible because I've wanted to be on the pitch and to try and give something to the team. But then on the flip side, I could have one of the best nights of my life tonight after having probably the last 4 or 5 weeks have just been horrible. So that is literally football in a nutshell. But I
Mhm.
don't think, like you said, I don't think those boys would forget about that for a long, long time.
hey, I'm glad you brought up the match day vlog because first off, if you haven't given it a watch, please go. It is unbelievable. My boy did such a good job. But so
Okay.
now I've bigged you up a little bit. This
Oh, here
guy,
we go.
to make space for the match day vlog, deleted the last pod that Pony and I shot. He flew back from Ireland for a pod, calls me in the middle of their celebrations and go, bro, you're not gonna be happy. I'm like, all right, what is it? I'm like, this guy is celebrating, so like I don't know what he could have done That's what made me not happy because I had to delete the most recent pod, and of course that was the main angle. So we actually have a pod that's now in storage, and it's just on me if anyone wants to see it. I know my mom,
Nobody wants to see that,
my
brother.
mom,
Nobody
my
wants to see
dad, my brother, my sister, and I think that's about it. But
And even they don't want to see it. Let's be honest. Come on.
yeah.
Yeah, facts.
By the
Here,
way, boys,
actually, Connor, go on.
Karen, go
I was
Karen,
gonna
please.
say as well, the biggest cameo that was featured throughout that match day vlog was the Stoned Island FC bucket hat that my
Oof.
boy fell in love with this summer. He was like, Connor, when you come over for my birthday, you got to bring it for me. So I brought it for him, and yeah, it was on every. Oh, there it is. It's even in
It's right
Cyprus.
here, baby. It's right here, baby.
Yeah,
I'm
and
taking
that
it everywhere with me. I love it.
And before I forget as well, a big member of that team is my boy Greg O'Connell, my boy Stephen O'Connell's older brother, and he just got engaged. I gave him a shout out on the last pod, which has now been deleted. So I'm doing it again, Greg. He's a true listener every week. So
Damn.
like every Sunday, he sends me a picture of him watching it. So yeah, massive
That's so
congrats
cool.
to him and his fiance Kristen. Buzzing for them. I better be invited to that wedding, by the way.
Yeah, and we're gonna be +2, so we better
Exactly.
get our
Facts.
suits fitted. Damn it,
Yeah.
Any excuse to go back to that country, I'm there. Trust me.
boys. By the way, we have forgotten something massive. We've not
Oh.
mentioned something massive. Can you think about it?
The 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Did we
Yeah,
mention it?
I was just about to say it. I was just about to
Yeah,
say it.
I
Who
thought
wants to do the thanks?
we've never even mentioned it. Go on,
Nah,
Boney.
that's huge.
Go on, Boney. You're the boy.
Well, to be fair, I was the one who was grafting on the live trying
My
to get
boy
everyone to
was putting in
subscribe. I
work.
was cooking. I was cooking on the TikTok live. Um, what do I even say here? Like, I'm gonna be cheesy with it, but
Oh God.
yeah, man. Like, just to no, but seriously, just to get like, obviously, we set this up and we had dreams and aspirations of where we want to take this, and to hit our first milestone is just incredible. And like obviously without you guys it wouldn't be possible. So a huge thank you to yous. We've got some incredible content coming out. Can't say too much, but stay tuned. We've got so many ideas. Myself and Connor
There's
are
hey,
in
there's some very
the
good
coffee
content
shop.
coming. There's some
Yeah, we were
very
in
good
the
content coming soon.
yeah, we were in the very good, very, very good. But we were in the coffee shop sort of jotting down ideas. I was in Spain last week that we actually haven't mentioned either doing sort of how can I word it? An event. I had to go and speak in front of 300 people. But
Spanish.
yeah,
Do you
it
know
was
what?
just
He, to be fair to him, he spoke in front of 300 people in Spanish, which
That
is
is
it was
very,
crazy.
mental.
very impressive. But the thing is, it was obviously like a football event through Nacho and everything. And
Yeah.
I get a random FaceTime call halfway through, and I'm thinking, oh, he could be in trouble here. Like, what's going on? He might be telling me how bad it's gone. All that happens is he just answers the phone. He's absolutely battered, and he's just grabbing some kid next to him, like holding him, grabbing his shirt, and it's a Bristol Rovers shirt. He's like, so, just pointing at this guy, and he's like
Oh, that's
slurring his
brilliant.
words, everything. Nacho grabs the camera. He's like, Sol, he is so drunk. I can't stop him drinking. And I was like, that was what it was like for me a few days ago in Dublin as well. But yeah, you gotta let him do his thing.
I did,
That's
I
why
did,
he's on this detox.
I did warn them that I would be still in celebration mode, so they were fully aware of that. But I don't think they knew to what sort of extent I was gonna be. But no, literally, I was doing an event, and this is a huge sort of Spanish company, and through that, I got to meet other companies that aren't quite as big, but they're on the way to doing some big stuff. And bro, I was so inspired, like so inspired. Like they gave me so many new ideas. So, like I said, there we were in the coffee shop, we were jotting down some things. And when I come back from Cyprus, I'm going to try and record a few things. And yeah, stay tuned because we've got some great content coming.
Yeah, no, it'll be great. You know, we'll all be in the same country for the first time, I feel like, in ages, and yeah, we'll be able to do an in-person pod, the three of us, which
But I can't wait. I'm
I
so
don't
I'm
think we've done
thinking,
that
excited.
since
yeah.
June, and it's mid-November.
Yeah, I'm so excited for it, man.
Yeah, man.
So excited. I'm so excited to just, now that we've hit 1,000 subscribers, what's our next milestone? Do you know what I mean? I cannot wait to see where we take it. I'm so excited, boys.
Yeah, now you know I've looked at kind of the history of a lot of pods that are really successful now, and a lot of them they just did for years before it took off, you know? And I think
Mhm.
that if we want to really grow this podcast to be well known, we're just gonna have to keep plugging away with it. And I'm loving every
Mhm.
second of it. Two of my
100%.
best, two of my best mates. It doesn't feel like work. I mean, a lot of the
Hmm.
time it's difficult with logistics and stuff, and that at the minute is probably the most difficult part. But once we get on screen, or whether that be in person or on Zoom, it just flows so naturally, and I really don't want it to end.
Facts, facts. Hey,
That touched me.
I don't want it to end because I need to go back to New Jersey in the summer. So please,
Hey,
let's get this pod going or something.
hey, if you want a place to
I got
stay,
to eat those chicken wings, man. Even 22.
if you want a place to stay, bro, you got to put this podcast first. Bin the TikTok off, put a podcast in.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Right, come on. What's the my family are waiting downstairs, by the way. They're all waiting for me. Granddad's on the dance floor, so I need to go there and witness it in person.
Yeah, to be
What's today's theme?
we only have a few more minutes left on this Zoom, so I think this theme might have been just a League of Ireland title win discussion.
100%, bro. I think that's cool. I mean, we had some ideas, but I
We
think it'd be better. The idea that we had, I think it'd be better
in
in
person.
person because it'd be funnier.
Yep, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, I think it'd be funnier, and I think the people in it would enjoy it.
No, but I think, it's a massive accomplishment. You won a first division league in Europe. I think that
Mhm.
kind of needs its own pod to dissect. I mean, I know you've done, the 10-minute vlog, and that honestly made
Mhm.
me feel like I was there as well, which obviously I was bummed to not be, but I couldn't miss my football to go watch Bonies. But I did enough watching Boney play football last season. But
There we
yeah,
go.
it was no, it's such an unbelievable accomplishment, and so many players in their career will not be able to say they've won a top flight
Mhm.
league, and you've been able to do it, man.
Well,
Hey,
that's what.
if I
Sorry,
told you, by the way, at 15 that you'd play in the fifth round of the FA Cup and win a first division league in Europe, you would have thought you were playing for like Man City or something.
yeah.
You would have
Oh,
been
you're
like,
not
"Oh,
wrong.
my career is sorted. I'll bin these
Yeah.
GCSEs off."
Yeah, that's right. No, I
You
did
did
that
that
anyway.
anyway.
I did that
Exactly.
anyway. But no, man, I think like you said, that's a nice way to sort of round it up. It's the first sort of time where I've had time to sort of speak about, like I said, I had the vlog, but that doesn't it's no sort of words, it's just moments and time that we spent together. It's been nice to actually talk about it. And like I said, there's a lot of people now that are subscribed to a League of Ireland fans, so it'd be nice for them to listen to it from a player's perspective. And yeah, man, we've got a nice one coming out in the next one, so stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
think
about to go and cut some shapes on the dance floor with my granddad and create
Yeah.
even more memories. It's been a great couple of weeks, boys.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. We're gonna see Sam Bowen do his first physical activity in the last 2 weeks, and then drink.
I'll actually record something. We can put it as an overlay, shall I? I'll go and get my granddad downstairs.
Hey,
No, honestly, boys, he's dancing with, you see, like the entertainment singers.
Yeah.
There's like this woman down there. She's about 60 odd, and my granddad's absolutely loving it. So, I mean, the family have just put in videos there. In fact, I'll send the videos on. We can put it in. But he's having
hey,
the time of his life, and I want to be there
What about
to see
that
it in
cute video?
person.
Oh, what about that cute video of the jumping over the camera? Oh, your
Ah, bro, it's
granddad stood there.
class.
Oh, he was
that
doing
was
Yeah,
it.
it's
so
class.
cool.
It's
Oh, that
so
was
good.
so
Yeah,
great.
my auntie wanted to do that. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. But she did a great job putting that together and it looked so cool at the end. But
So
I
cool.
actually forgot the suitcase. You know, the one I jumped over in the
Yeah.
airport? I didn't do that on purpose. I actually, no, did I say that right? Yeah, I didn't do that on purpose. I genuinely forgot to pick up the suitcase because of my acting skills. And I had to run back and get it and run back over. It was so funny, man.
The best was the guy. Who was that? Just a
Yes,
random guy.
I don't know who that was. He was just
Look,
intrigued as to what we were doing. Yeah, my auntie had to put that in at the end, but he was like, he was so baffled as to what we were doing. Like, what's behind the camera?
it
Do you
looks
know
so
what I mean?
good. It looks so
It
good.
was brilliant. We have to do one. We'll have to do one. Oh my God, we'll have to do one. I've just had a great idea.
Sweet.
Well, I think
Perfect.
that's a good place to leave it. I'll make sure to drop that in when I'm editing, because that video honestly just brought a smile to my face. I mean, bro, you have such an amazing family, and Granddad's a legend. So you better send videos in
Yeah,
and turn up the
I
dance.
will, man. He's one of the goats. Him and Auntie Debs. But I'll go and get the videos now. Like I said, we'll put it as a little overlay.
All right, sounds good.
Right.
So yeah, we
Who
got a
wants to do the outro?
Soul. Welcome back, brother. It's on you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's nice to finally bless the podcast with my presence once again.
All right, Boney,
It's
you do it. You
Do you
do
want me
it.
to take over, bro?
Yeah,
like I say,
please.
Actually,
the budget is finally been upped again, back to what it used to be. We're doing some cuts. Obviously,
uh,
a bit of a crisis going on. We weren't too sure about electricity, all the soft stuff, heating. And look, boom, I'm back. They're paying the wages. The big boy's back on the screen, and it's been wonderful to be back here. And please stay tuned because there's going to be an in-person pod very, very soon. Fingers crossed, anyway. Fingers crossed.
thanks. There we go. There we go, brother. Cheers, guys. Peace.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Legends.